Oh, hello, it is I, your boy Gomi, and we are back with another UFC pay-per-view. We're looking at UFC 315. And oh boy, this is one of the cards of all time. But first, let's just do a brief recap of how last week went. Last week was absolutely horrendous. I did okay. Thank the dear Lord, I didn't bet on Bo Nickel, but also shame on me because I had a bet on Reiner de Ritter that I pulled out. I knew Bo Nickel was not going to be champion or super supreme high level, but I underestimated Reiner de Ritter mainly because of the GM3 fight. I still don't know how he went life or death with GM3 and then beat the crap out of Bo Nickel. I at least thought Bo Nickel was better than GM3. Sandhagen looked better than I've ever seen. He did exactly what I said he should do if he wants to win, but didn't think he was gonna. I didn't think he was gonna win, but I didn't think he was gonna win in emphatic fashion because he did the one thing I wish he learned in the Rob Font fight, which is he learned some ground and pound, and he had some pretty good ground and pound too. That's a nasty Corey Sandhagen. If he keeps fighting like that, I'm still a fan, but I lost a little bit of my I didn't like him as much lately because of his fights, but I'm gonna go back to being a fan. And then Michel Pereira and Abus was wait, no, that wasn't last week. I'm stupid, ignore me. Well, wherever the case is, last week was a do nothing. Oh, I was thinking Montel Jackson and Daniel Marcos. That was the Michel Pereira Abus Magomedov fight 2.0. But yeah, ultimately of a card, and we're going to not much better of a card. I keep saying this, and I'll always keep saying this with these cards. I hope this is going to be one of the cards where it's horrible on paper, but it ends up being really good. But I don't have much faith in this card, to be honest with you, because I know these guys. They have a new opponent. God. So, going off the first fight on the card, we're going to have Brad Katona versus Bekazat Almakhan. I just heard his name pronounced literally 3 hours ago. But yes, Brad Katona is the very definition of slightly above average. He's got good cardio, good striking, good grappling, good pressure. He doesn't have power. He has almost no power. That's it. He does everything pretty good, but nothing special, nothing at all. If you're better than him by a significant margin in any one of those areas and you impress him on it, you'll probably win. Now, Bekazat, he has some pretty decent power to him. He did drop Umar Nurmagomedov, and he's a solid wrestler overall. But his long layoffs, it's been a year since his last fight against Umar, and he doesn't have any volume to him. He's very, very slow paced. Those are some things that make me kind of hesitant on him. I picture he's probably going to be a slight favorite. I'm not going to lie to you, man. I don't think he's finishing Brad Katona, and I think Brad Katona is going to be working the whole fight. I don't think this guy is good enough to beat his ass, so he's going to go the distance, and I'm going to lean towards the hometown favorite to get it done, especially how these judges are. I think Brad Katona by decision is very likely in this one, and I don't want to overrate this guy in a loss. Something we did with Basel Hafez or Bedoya or something like that, where you're like, wow, this guy looked really good. And then we make him a massive favorite in his next fight for a step down, and he just, yeah. Look at the odds. Yeah. -190. Man, actually, no, that's more a slight favorite. That's pretty decent. -200. No, I'm not taking that. I'd much rather safer with Brad Katona, and honestly, Brad Katona, take him with the over. Even if you don't want to pick decision, Brad Katona with the over, I think, is very, very good bet. It's a very good bet once the props come out. As long as not beat to all hell, but he's already an underdog, so I like that. Daniel Santos versus Jeong Lee. Is he even gonna fight? How many times has this bastard pulled out of a fight? He's had a lot of fight cancellations, has he not? He's pulled out like 5, right? Oh god. There's 4 right there. Oh god. All right, well, yeah. If Santos shows up, it should be a pretty fun fight. But the main thing with Santos is he is just horribly inaccurate. This guy has some of the worst accuracy I've seen in the UFC, honestly. What was it? It was like 37%. Yeah, that's bad. He just is wild. He throws reckless. It's very fun to watch, but like I'm not really gonna pick him. Meanwhile, on the other hand, Jeong Lee, he's pretty slick. Good striking. I think he'll probably win off counters. His counter game is good, but he does struggle with volume, so that's something to mention. But I'm gonna lean towards him. Power wise, I think both guys are equally powerful, so I think it'll be a very fun fight if Santos shows up. I mean, literally, if he shows up, not if he shows up mentally, figuratively. I mean, if he actually shows up to the fight. Ooh, that's a dead even. I pictured that. I really pictured that as a dead even matchup because it is a pretty good one, actually. But yeah, Santos minus 110, Lee minus 110. I'm going to go with Lee to get it done. Dang, I wrote Santos in my notes. What the heck? Why'd I do that? I think I'm going to take it Lee by... decision. Lee by decision. Marc-Andre Barriault versus Bruno Silva. This is the very definition of, oh god, don't bet on this fight. I'm not freaking betting on this fight. I urge you, please don't. Marc-Andre Barriault has had some fun fights. He can be pretty chaotic. He's a good brawler, but his chin is shot. I remembered him getting knocked out brutally by Pyfer. And I was like, damn, he got knocked out bad. But that was a while ago. Did not remember the Stoltzfus fight. Erased it from my memory. Didn't remember at all. Went back and watched it. He was knocked out just as brutally. And I'm sitting here going, oh, God. And you're telling me this dude's coming back this fast? Within less than a calendar year, he's been knocked out brutally. Not like, oh, TK. He's been brutally knocked out twice within a calendar year, and he's coming back? But it's okay, he's coming back against Bruno Silva, who just doesn't care anymore. Bruno Silva just doesn't give a shit anymore. The Weidman fight took all his steam out of his sails. Weidman hit him with a freaking DQ combination. Yeah, that's why it's a decision, yet 2 minutes at a time clock, because they just stopped the fight, went to decision instead of just disqualifying Chris Weidman. Screw Chris Weidman. But beyond that, Bruno Silva's just not good. He's a quitter when it comes to grappling, but Barriault's a boxer. He's not going to grapple. And then honestly, Silva just doesn't care. He's durable. He's not going to get knocked out, but like the Silva that's destroyed like Brad Tavares is gone. I've said ever since he fought against Alex Pereira, he had micro concussions that just took his chin away. Don't like either guy in this fight in the absolute slightest. I'm gonna be going with Bruno Silva to get it done via decision, but Andre decision as well. No, I'm going Silva decision. Yeah, no, this is a horrible fight, especially for betting wise, because you can't trust either guy. Barriault is a favorite, minus 148 to plus 124 Silva. I mean, Silva doesn't give a shit. He does not want to be in there anymore, so that's disgusting. We'll go with the dog, I guess, but not betting it. Do not bet it. Do not bet it. I'm not betting either of these two. No, I'm betting. I might bet this one. I'm betting these two for sure. I'm not betting this fight. Do not bet it. All right, Navajo Sterling versus Ivan Urslan. Okay, it's okay fight, nothing special. Sterling is very calm, he's very composed, and he's a really good technical striker. My issue is his lack of experience. Urslan is much more experienced and he's fought better opponents. But then the problem is he's from Croatia, which used to be part of Yugoslavia, and I'm Yugoslavian, and I always got faded Yugoslavians. But Navajo Sterling is undefeated. Undefeated fighters, and I had to specifically go and find the statistic, but they're 13-22 this year. Undefeated fighters have been getting their absolute asses beat, and Navajo Sterling is a very green novice undefeated fighter against an experienced guy. Ivan Urslan fought some decent competition, and he's not bad. He's pretty aggressively average, so I'm gonna be leaning Urslan, but I'm gonna leaning. I think he's gonna get the K. I think he'll get the KO. I'm gonna go Urslan to get done by a KO. Did I wrote decision initially? I want Sterling decision. Why do I just completely change everything I talked about in my note? Not talked about, everything I wrote down in my note, I completely changed it. You know what? Screw it. I'm going back to notes. I'm going Navajo Sterling decision. Watch, he's going to be a big favorite, isn't he? Oh, wow, he's a big favorite. Minus 298, Navajo Sterling. Plus 240, Ivan Arslan. The fact that I just convinced myself otherwise and then double back on it should tell you that that is not good odds for Sterling. I would not take him at minus 300. As you heard, I just virtually convinced myself. Take you lose. I need to take a sip of my tea. That doesn't taste good. That's weird. Okay. And next we have Modestas Bukauskas versus Ion Cutelaba. Another one where this is not a good card, guys. I'm sorry. Cutelaba, he's not been as reckless as before. I know I called him a dumbass. I called him a chaotic brawler and a dumbass before. He's not that much anymore. He's been smarter. He's been mixing in the wrestling, which is something he needs to do. He saw them double-digit losses and he decided no more. Which is why I'm very confident he'll beat Modestas Bukauskas, because Bukauskas is a technical striker, but I keep saying that. He is a technical but so low volume, so boring, so slow and monotonous of a striker that I'm sorry, if you put any pressure on him, he falls to pieces. Cutelaba, I think, can easily break this guy. I think he's definitely better than Bukauskas, so this is a pretty easy pick, Cutelaba. I want to lean decision, but Bukauskas is not the best. I just don't know if he'll get finished by a Cutelaba that's been fighting how he is. I'm gonna go Cutelaba decision because that's initially what my notes wrote. I don't like it, but I'm gonna do it. Odds-wise, minus 110 for Cutelaba, minus 115 for Bukauskas. He's a favorite? What are we doing, guys? Get that out of my face. Nah. Nope. Next fight. I was supposed to be... Okay, guess not. Next fight. Jessica Andrade versus Jasmine Jasdavicius. Nobody wants to hear this, and I've been saying it, yet people still keep refuting it. Jessica Andrade is washed. She is beyond washed. Yeah, I know she got that win over Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern was not as good as I thought. Jessica Andrade, by the way, why is she in UFC 300? But Jessica Andrade is just not good anymore, and she's not good at the flyweight weight class. She is better at strawweight. Jasmine is too big. She's a pretty boring wrestler, to be honest with you, but she is a really good wrestler, and I think she might be the better grappler too. It's hard to say, but wrestling is her advantage. I think she's not going to be able to finish Andrade just because how good of a submission grappler she is. Striking wise, Andrade has it, but I don't think she has enough to knock out Jasmine. Jasmine can get down to the ground, and I think she'll control on the ground. I think it's going to be a pretty boring fight. Jasmine decision, pretty easy for me. Yep, minus 285 for Jasmine, plus 230 for Jessica Andrade. What a surprise. Mike Belal versus Charles Radke. I've been seeing a lot of people fading Mike Belal. He's not that good. Yeah, I got fraud checked by Neil Magny. I get it. But Radke's not that much better. I'm sorry. I don't think Charles Radke is that good. He's got some pretty solid striking. I think overall he's the better striker, but he leaves openings a lot. He's pretty durable, but I just don't like him in this spot for some reason. While Mike Belal, he pushes a heavy pace, but he can gas out. He needs to be wary of the early power of Radke, but he can absolutely take the early rounds and win a decision. I do question his heart. I do question it. But I'm going to take Mike Belal to get done in front of his home crowd against Charles Radke. Then again, his home crowd, he got knocked out by Neil Magny. So hard to say, but Mike Belal minus 218. Charles Radke plus 180. I don't like those odds for Mike Belal. I would take him at like no more than minus 150, honestly. But I think he should be able to beat Radke. I'm leaning towards decision. And I'm not talking about this fight because this fight was made, or at least officially announced, 3 hours ago. Literally as I was leaving work. Was it 3 hours ago? Yeah. Literally as I was leaving work. Benoit Saint Denis is probably going to kill the guy. He's probably going to be like a minus 1,000 if they even have the odds. They do. Ha ha! Look at that. Make me a bookie. Make me a bookie. But, yeah. No, get this out of my face. This is, yeah, who cares? Why is this on the main card? Guy hasn't fought since 2021, right? 2019 against Austin Hubbard. Is that Austin Hubbard pre-Ultimate Fighter? Jesus Christ. The fuck are we doing, UFC? Oh my God. You're going to pay $80. I'm going to get into a rant. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. That set me off. This is already horrible. But are you really going to pay $80 for Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena, Valentina Shevchenko, Manon Fior, Jose Aldo, Ayman Zahabi, Alexa Grasso, Natalia Silva, and Benoit Saint Denis and Kyle? This is a fight night. This is a 2022-2021 fight night. Shevchenko has fought for the belt on a fight night. Horrible. Horrible. Oh my God. Horrible. I don't give a shit about this. Benoit Saint Denis wins. Alexa Grasso versus Natalia Silva. I've never been super high on Alexa Grasso. She won the belt against Shevchenko. I was like, maybe she's turned everything around. She just looked progressively mid in the rematch, and then looked downright awful in the trilogy bout. Grasso's got very good boxing. Her grappling and her sub game can be tricky, but her last performance, that concerned me a lot. I don't think she knew what she was doing, and that was just insane. She did beat Shevchenko. She has a valid win over Shevchenko, and it's just gone through the wind. Natalia Silva, on the other hand, she's gotten a lot better. I remember watching her UFC debut. I didn't remember it until I was doing tape. I was like, oh, I watched this. It was rocky. She lost to Marina Rodriguez, who I was very critical on, but that was pre-UFC. Otherwise, like, her time in the UFC, she's just been getting better and better and better. She's a decision gal. She has a few knockouts, but it's mainly decisions. I think she probably could beat Alexa Grasso. The experience of Grasso makes me want to lean towards her, but again, it's just she looks so bad. Maybe I'm underrating her in a loss instead of overrating, but I think Natalia Silva's got what needs to beat her. I think she'll keep her at range. I think she'll pop shot her. If it gets in close, Grasso can be dangerous, but who knows? She's very elusive, got good grappling. Silva, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna go with her. Get done by decision. And I have slides for this. Jose Aldo is going to be taking on Ayman Zahabi in a bantamweight matchup. Jose Aldo's 38, 32-9, 17 knockouts, 1 submission, 5'7" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 70-inch reach disadvantage, a 0.49 takedown average, a 50.53% significant strike accuracy, minus 235 favorite. Significant wins over Jonathan Martinez, Rob Font, Pedro Munoz, and Chito Vera. Ayman Zahabi is going to be 37. Yes. Barely. He does not have that many fights. Jose Aldo has more than double his fights, yet he's only a year younger. Yeah. 6 knockouts, 2 submissions, 5'8" in terms of height, orthodox stance, 65.8.5-inch reach disadvantage, a 0.16 takedown average, a 46.42% significant strike accuracy, plus 190 underdog, significant wins over Pedro Munoz, Javid Basharat, and Ricky Tuki. Blah, blah, blah. Jose Aldo's problem is grappling. Ayman Zahabi doesn't grapple. Jose Aldo's a boxer. Ayman Zahabi is a boxer with some sneaky Muay Thai. Yeah, I think overall Jose Aldo should take this one. I think this is a good matchup for him. Jose Aldo is slowing down a lot in his age, but Ayman Zahabi is just as old and has been slowing down despite not fighting that much. The inactivity and lack of experience, I think, are going to be main benefits to Jose Aldo over Ayman Zahabi. Again, I'm worried about the age, but he looked great in the Martinez fight. He looked great in the Rob Font fight. It's just like I said, the reason why he looked really bad, in my honest opinion, against Mario Batista is they put him in freaking elevation. Sorry, but you can't have Jose Aldo in elevation. You're gonna get the Rob fight or you get the Batista fight. That's the kind of performance you're gonna get out of him. That's not a good excuse for such a high level fighter against Jose Aldo. In my opinion, top 10 fighter of all time. But overall, yeah. And keep in mind, also, even Jose Aldo is a decision machine. He has fun decisions. Unlike other guys that I'll be very critical on, like, he's boxing these guys up. I think the counters of Jose Aldo are going to be his main benefit. I think Amin Zahabi has more weapons at distance, but I think his low volume is going to be a problem. And he's very defensively sound, but, like, if Jose Aldo puts it on him, he'll run through him. The only problem is, his grappling is rare. He could grapple like he did against Gio Rivera, and he'll destroy Amin Zahabi. Or he could throw in leg kicks. If he throws in leg kicks, he kills Amin Zahabi. But Jose Aldo just doesn't do leg kicks anymore. Ultimately, I'm going to go with Jose Aldo, get done by decision. All right, and on to the co-main event of the evening. Valentina Shevchenko taking on Manon Fiorot. Valentina Shevchenko is going to be 37 years old, 24 wins, 4 losses, 8 knockouts, 7 submissions, 5'5" in terms of height, southpaw stance, 66.5-inch reach advantage, a 2.74 takedown average, a 69.72% significant strike accuracy, plus 125 underdog, significance over Alexa Grasso, Talia Santos, Lauren Murphy, and Jessica Andrade. Manon Fiorot is going to be 35 years old, not much younger as well. Again, we all think, oh, Shevchenko's old. Manon Fiorot is not much younger. 12 wins, 1 loss. 6 knockouts, no submissions. 5'7" in terms of height, orthodox stance. 65-inch reach, disadvantage. A 1.17 takedown average, a 43.43% significant strike accuracy. Minus 150 favorite. Significant wins over Erin Blanchfield, Thug Rose, and Jennifer Maia. Manon Fiorot is very big for the weight class. She's a very big and very sizable girl, which will pose problems for a aging and slowing down Shevchenko. Even before the Grasso trilogy that not many people wanted, because she wasted, 2 years fighting nothing but Alexa Grasso. She's also not super active anymore. She's just not looked good. She didn't look good in the Talia Santos fight. A lot of people thought Talia Santos won. And Talia Santos isn't that good. She looked good against Lauren Murphy and Jessica Andrade, but that was back in 2021? I'm not super high on Valentina Shevchenko, but I think we're overrating Manon Fiorot. I think, yes, she's bigger, and I think she has more weapons at distance and should do a great job of keeping the fight at distance and not letting anyone, get close. But, I don't know. I don't like Manon Fiorot in the spot, actually. I see she's the favorite, but I want to lean towards the underdog champ Shevchenko, to be honest with you. I think her experience will work wonders. I think she'll struggle to get down to the ground, but if she does, I think it's a wrap. But Manon Fiorot does have insanely high takedown defense at... Oh, it was higher. Well, her takedown defense is pretty good. 61%. I thought it was way higher. Whatever the case is, yeah. I'm going to be going Shevchenko haphazardly by decision, but I don't like it. I don't like that. I don't want to bet this fight. Main event. This is a horrible main event, but we have Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena. Belal Muhammad is 36 years old, 24-3, 5 knockouts, 1 submission, 5'11" in terms of height, orthodox stance. 72-inch reach disadvantage, a 2.28 takedown average, a 51.64% significant strike accuracy, minus 235 favorite. Significant wins over Leon Edwards, Gilbert Burns, Sean Brady, and Vicente Luque. JDM, 28 years old, 17 wins, 2 losses, 12 knockouts, 2 submissions. I don't even remember that. Oh, no, I do remember it. I lost money on it. It was the Randy Brown fight. But 5'11" in terms of height, switch stance, 73-inch reach advantage, a 0.21 takedown average, a 57.20% significant strike accuracy, plus 190 underdog. Yeah, I don't... As you guys know, I really just don't like Belal Muhammad, because Belal Muhammad is painfully basic. He is elite in almost everything, but he is extremely basic in everything. He is not an insane specialist in any realm, but he uses the basics to such a specialist level degree. He has an amazing job of shutting down the opponent's game, shutting down their game, and then doing nothing else. Yes, that's it. A Belal Muhammad fight feels like a sparring match. You never feel danger. If you do, it's from the other guy, like the last 30 seconds of the Leon Edwards fight. But otherwise, there's never any danger. There's never any flash. He doesn't go for the finish. He's not trying to finish you. All he's trying to do is make it so you can't fight, and he is elite at that. I hate Belal Muhammad, but I absolutely know he will more than likely win in this fight. Because JDM, while he's explosive, he's dynamic, he's talented, he has poor fight IQ. I definitely think JDM's fight IQ is just not where it needs to be at this stage in his career. Give it 2 years, he mops the floor with Belal Muhammad. Mops the floor for him, because that age is going to catch up. I think 36 is still fine. I think 36 is still fine for him. But I think the age and experience is going to be a big factor that JDM is going to really, really struggle with. His striking is good, but Belal Muhammad's durability has gone up over the years. This isn't like when he got knocked out by Vicente Luque all those years ago, so I don't know. I do know. I know Belal Muhammad is going to blast kicks from a distance, tire out his arm, get in close, take him down. JDM's poor decision making is going to have him shoot for guillotines. When his takedown defense is typically very good, but he shoots for guillotines and gives these guys takedowns. You do that with Belal Muhammad, he's going to be on top of you for the rest of your entire life, and you're not really going to do anything. I just overall am not excited to watch a Belal Muhammad fight. I would love JDM to beat him up, but I know how this fight's going to go. We all know how this fight's going to go. He didn't look the best in the Gilbert Burns fight until he found the KO blow. So at all points, JDM is dangerous. At any point, he can find the KO shot. It's just that it's hard to do it against a guy like a Belal Muhammad. I don't know if a Belal Muhammad is going to lose. I think the people who have the best chance of beating him now is really just Buckley. I thought Prates might have had a chance, but it's Buckley. I think he beats Gary. I think Rachmanov has a good chance, but like he didn't look good in the Gary fight, so I don't know. That's it. Oh well. That is it for the horrible UFC 316 card. This card is absolutely god-awful. It's bad. This is one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen of all time, and I can't believe people are gonna actually pay $80 for it. Also, keep in mind, it doesn't get better with UFC 316 being almost as bad. Like, at least it has some fight. It has 2 fights that I think are okay. I mean, this fight was good in 2022, but yeah, this is bad. This is real. That's a good fight. But yeah, we're in the dark ages. UFC 317 doesn't even have it. It doesn't even have a main event. This is the dark ages of UFC. I'm not looking forward to. Normally summer's when they start stacking these cards, but what the hell happened? But yeah, once again, this has been your boy Gomi. Be sure to let me know what you think of this horrendous card in the comment sections down below, and bye-bye.